All right, welcome back to another. I'm listen to 90s music. We are back. We are back. Scott, how you doing, my brother?
All right, how everybody doing, man? Get ready to get on this talk.
Yeah. Stacy, how you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing well. I woke up this morning. I can't complain. Read my Bible today.
Got
I
that
made it the
word?
second. Right, I made it up to Second Samuel. So we're getting there.
Okay, you got past most of the contradictions so far.
Yeah, so I'm getting close. Just read a little bit more every day. Just get closer and closer. I'm doing well.
You reading the King James version or?
I don't read King James, so like that's a whole other topic about me and my Bible study. But the very short version is that on the U version or the Bible app that everybody probably has on a phone that they don't use or has deleted because they wanted to get some other stuff on there. There's the NLT, the New Living Translation. So I read that, because that's that really broken down version of it. And then, but the NIV, New International Version, those are the Bibles that I actually own. But I do look at comparisons between all the translations. And if you want to follow Stacy Reads the Bible, feel free to. You can find me on TikTok, on Instagram, or on Pinterest and read.
That's Stacey real. That's a real.
That's real. Like you have a logo and everything. Like it's a real thing. Stacey Reads the Bible is a real thing that I started a couple months ago. Is just as I was going through this journey, and just some things are just my takes on what I just read. Like you read something to be like Abraham died at 880 years old, and I'm thinking like, well, of course he did. What else could he do? He was 880 years old.
Yeah, he done seen it all twice.
He done seen it all. Ain't nothing left for him to do. All he had, of course he died. Duh. I was hoping he wasn't in the next chapter because this man has been around a really long time. So, but anyhow, that's me in the Bible. But moving forward to the secular music.
Right. So let's get into it. The 50th years of hip hop Grammy celebration happened. I want to talk about. I mean, it's so I got 16 different things over here to talk about. So
much stuff that happened with that. That almost
with the things that weren't in it first, and then go into the performances. Because I want to talk about Hammer.
Okay. Who wasn't there?
Yeah, well, who wasn't there, or who we should have thought had been there. And then we'll go into performances.
I was shocked I didn't see Snoop.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, I think Snoop was supposed to be in the Akon performance. But that's another. When we get to Akon,
we'll get to that
because that's the creator of the show.
One of the things that Daryl mentioned yesterday, was it earlier today or yesterday? He was like Akon, and I'm like, I haven't watched yet. I don't know.
Yeah, a whole little set.
Yeah, literally just finished watching before we hit and that's normally what I do. I'll finish watching something right before we start, so it is fresh in my mind.
So people that weren't there, Snoop wasn't there. Hammer comes out with the thing you put up. Did you put that up, Stacy, in the group, or who put that up?
No, somebody else had posted it.
I put it in there.
Yeah, so he put it in the group, but then I went and actually looked at what he said. So it was a thing about why Hammer wasn't there. And then so they found this interview, I guess he done with TMZ in November. And essentially Hammer was like, yeah, I've been invited to all that shit. I ain't going. And it just kind of was the industry is fake and I'm just not doing that. And that's a real place, though, because it's you expect Hammer to be there, right? Because we know the contribution that he made to hip hop, period. We know how many thuggish hip hop artists are terrified of him. We know these things. But we've also seen how people have treated him over the years, right? That even though people, ain't nobody gonna run up on him, but he becomes this joke. He becomes a punchline. And it's if you can't respect what he's done, his ability to cross over so that y'all are able to do that now, I don't want to fuck with y'all neither. When I was broke, where was y'all niggas at?
I mean, I'm talking about not just the thug cats, regular conscious cats. It was a list of people that dissed him over the years.
Everybody was dissing him.
And they have all apologized. Damn. That's that. It all there are there's so much footage of people discussing, I tried to say this about Hammer and then he rolled up on me and told me that he don't play that. And so there's too many stories for none of them to be true.
You know what's interesting? I thought about when he was saying all the fakeness around him. Hammer's not featured on anybody else's song. think about like of all hip hop, everybody's been featured on somebody's stuff or all these different, cross populating within music. Hammer's the only artist I can remember, or who's featured on Hammer even.
The only thing Hammer did a feature on was that West Coast All Stars.
Right, but that's a conglomeration.
So wait a minute. Street Fighter soundtrack, Straight to My Feet. It's Hammer and Dion on there. So
we talking about people that have been at the show. That's what I'm saying.
So yeah. But okay, so
Hammer do a song with Too Short, and Too Short, they from the same place.
They're from the same place. So yeah, what Hammer says, he says, you ain't heard me go to none of these hip hop 50th. And just for the record, I got invited to every one, but I don't have the patience for the fakeness. I'm really 60 years old, so I can't really get with the fakeness of it all now. Know what I'm saying? I can do it with the young cat, but I can't come around old cats that's just gonna be pretending. And that's a real place. Mm-hmm. That's real. Like, if my whole entire career, if everything that I've ever done, you've had something negative to say about it, you've took me as a joke or whatever, right? Like, why do you want me here now? You didn't respect me when I was doing it. And so, like I said, the idea, like you said, with the younger cats, like being around them, they don't know the drama and the history, right? So if they're going to show him any respect or any love, it's genuine versus somebody that was around back then and you was talking that shit. So
Hammer like, oh, y'all gonna hit me because Puff can't come. Yeah.
That is
OG shiny suit.
Right. So with that though, so with the people that you think about who weren't there. So like, yeah, Snoop wasn't there. I think I read something the other day about Andre 3000 mentioned something about why he wasn't going to go, but Big Boy wasn't
gonna be there.
Right, so Big Boy wasn't there either. But with
I think Big Boy didn't do it because Dre didn't do it probably. Because I think he's like, if Dre ain't gonna go, I'm not gonna go.
It's quite possible. But with ladies first, right? Spin is DJing. Where's Salt and Pepper?
They beefing.
Right. Always.
Oh, because which is kind of messed up. If you read into the beef, they basically say that she's not a member of Salt and Pepper. She's a hired person.
Well, I remember when they got their money from Herbie. I remember when they finally got their money, and then Spin was kind of like, "Where's my money at?" And they're like, "Well, this isn't your money, though. Like,
you wasn't there for that.
You wasn't there for this. Like, this is money that Herbie owed us." So I remember, and I think that was like that initial problem, and it's just they just have never. They haven't fixed it, and I guess that's just
when I saw Spinderella come up, I knew they weren't there.
Right, so
I knew they weren't there.
Right, so yeah, Spin there and no Salt and Pepper, or just some of the other women. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. So you start off with Moni Love and Queen Latifah, right? Great. Then Shara. So you got all of the throwback acts, right? I would have liked to see Oaktown 357. That'd have been dope. But do you get Oaktown 357 and you don't get Hammer?
Nah. Nope. Because that's a package deal.
It's a package deal. It's a package deal. You can't get one or the other. But where was where was the Lil' Kims?
The Foxy.
Where was the Lil' Kims? Where was the Foxy? Remy Ma was there. So it was
Stacey, that's the problem.
Huh?
She can't hear. She can't perform.
Yeah. Well, so fine. No Foxy, but.
Was Missy there? Missy wasn't there either.
Missy wasn't there either. But I feel like Missy is like, look, yeah, I have tributed it out. I have done all of the tributes.
And I just did the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, just like
if she sits this one out, okay, cool. Like she's been to all the other ones and she's gotten her own honors. But Remy Ma was odd to me. Like it just because depending, like basically based on who had just went. And then all of a sudden it's like Remy Ma, and it's like, oh, okay. And then Lotto. Okay.
I think they're trying to bridge the gap between. Well, I mean, I guess it would.
And I get that, but
I'd rather do Lean Back. I'd rather have her do a verse from Lean Back than All the Way Up.
That part. And I actually wrote a question mark next to All the Way Up, and I was like, why this song? There were a lot of song choices that happened during this event that I questioned. Like, why did you grab that song rather than this song?
Other million songs.
The other million songs you could pick. Like, how did you come up with this one? It's like legit, like Bone coming out and performing and them doing, what's that song? Ghetto Cowboy or something?
Yeah. Or No Surrender. Like they
Right,
did
and it's
like
like-
Come on, do Mr. Bill Collector.
Right. I'm just like, okay, I like this song,
this is
but
the album track, homie.
like, why would you play this? So yeah, those people I definitely thought should have
I'm
been there.
surprised LL didn't perform himself.
Also I put no Drake. At one point I wrote no Drake. Right. I wrote no Drake. And I mean like maybe Drake wouldn't have been there or whatever. But like,
Yeah,
you weren't gonna get a Drake, you weren't gonna get a Jay-Z, you weren't gonna get a Lil Wayne. But to that point, where was Cash Money?
Yeah, I was thinking I thought I was gonna get a Juvie, like a Back That Ass Up or something. Yeah.
Right. No Cash Money at all, no limit. And you do a dedication to the South. There's no limit. Nobody from No Limit. P ain't there. Nobody is there.
But Boosie though.
But Boosie is there. Boosie was there.
And he seemed like he was super like he was
that was his first award, though.
Yeah. Boosie was performing "Wipe Me Down" on CBS.
No, but shout out to Uncle Luke. That was my shocker of the night.
As I posted on my news feed, I am so happy that so earlier today I had to go downstairs to my leasing office and I threw a little sports bra on and my little jacket and I went downstairs. Still had it on. I'm thankful that I had this sports bra on when Uncle Luke came out because I did get up and I started dancing. And I didn't even realize I was dancing until my arms started getting tired with me just trying to do all of that. And I thought to myself, I am so happy I had this bra on because there could have been casualties. People could have if I didn't have this bra on while I was dancing to Luke. So Luke comes out. Luke does Scarred, I Wanna Rock. And I'm just losing my freaking mind, like as he's doing it, and he's if you notice, he's smiling because he's accidentally finna perform the real version. If you notice, he was like, "Oh snap, that's not what you're supposed to." You're supposed to. I'm saying, "Hey, and hey," not head mo. Right. It shake them titties. I don't even know what he. What did he replace it with? Shake them things. Shake them things. Yeah, shake them things. So it's always shake them things.
The radio
things was the default word for pussy, titties, or anything that you had on your body. Things or that thing. There was the difference. Thing. Like that was it.
Let's go back to the women. Let's start with ladies first, and we're gonna talk about the performance. Go to ladies. Start with ladies first, Stacey.
Ladies first. So you come out, you got Spinderella's DJing. Start off with Moni Love and Queen Latifah doing ladies first. Amazing way to begin, right? Mm-hmm. Perfect way to begin. If you're going to start off from these two women, I'm on it, right? Like, so everybody's all in. It's great. And it's like you're just sitting there like, man, I'm just really, just grooving with it. The Shy Rock comes out, and then Roxanne Shante comes out, and then JJ Fad, and We're Here to Rock. And I'm loving it. And then MC Light, who was going to get that check, because not only did she perform, she also was MCing. MC Light is going to get that MC check. Okay? Understand. Y'all hosting something? Do you need somebody?
You need my voice? You need my
voice? Right? Okay, cool. Like, that's what y'all calling for. So if she does cha-cha-cha, like, I immediately call my best friend Samantha because that is her shit. I'm like, hey, did you watch the Grammy? She's like, sure the fuck did. Like, she already knew that she had already seen MC Light. So I'm on a total high, right? Like, I'm living it. And then Remy Ma comes out and does her verse from All the Way Up. And then it's like, okay, so that's odd. Like I said, the verse at least, like, or just the song selection, that's odd, but okay. And then Lotto comes out after her and does her song, right? And it's like, okay, cool. Like, rip me out, rip me out the plastic. Or what the old lady say, take me off the plastic. I'm about to act a fool. Like, so that's it. So she comes out doing that. And then Queen Latifah comes back out and does UNITY.
No, we missed it. No, you're right.
Right. And then and ask the amazing question that we, like, who you calling a bitch? And then I laughed because I thought to myself that Lotto had just said bitch 7 times in her rhyme before Queen Latifah had come out.
But I will say this, Lotto seemed like she enjoyed the night. It's her being young.
Lotto had the 2 people that had the time of their life.
3.
Okay, so 3. 1, Lotto. 2 is Nelly.
Oh yeah, Nelly kicked it.
Nelly kicked it.
And you want to know why he kicked it? Because we had to listen to all this music.
Exactly. So and then I was going to get to that in a little bit of some of the things that he was jamming to, and I'm like, people will never understand like why for St. Louis music wasn't segregated like that, right?
Yeah, we got everything.
To a certain extent, it is, but like down south or West Coast stuff was everything to us. We knew New York stuff, right? And I mean, but to that point, I think there's a subculture of folks who love Wu-Tang from St. Louis and others who are like, you got to be shitting me, right? But like, there's that, right? But I think, but in general, with Wu-Tang's, like their fan base, that's it. Like you have that subset of people who fuck with Wu-Tang, and the rest of us who are like, one or two.
That's another group that wasn't there. Wu-Tang
Was not there. They weren't. But I think to that point with New York, everything started in New York, right? And New York didn't really seem to have that much representation. They did, but they didn't. Like, or I think the way that you maybe have thought it would have gone, because like when they go to the South, and then they do the West Coast, and then whatever Akon's thing was, and so it was kind of, and it's kind of like after they did the coast, then they kind of started going everywhere with shit. But I wish they'd have done a Midwest thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, Akon is from St. Louis, so maybe that's what they thought, that it was a Midwest thing.
No, but like I said, I think like a Midwest thing would have been awesome, because with Midwest, that would have got you Detroit, that would have got you Chicago, that would have got you St. Louis,
and Cleveland.
Right, and in Cleveland. So where was Bone? Like, I mean, like I said, there were a lot of people that were there, but LL gave the disclaimer at the top of the show: we could not get everybody. That's it. And again, there are some people who have done other performances and other, at other award shows. Some people just ain't gonna come because it's the Grammys and shit. They just gonna be like, I ain't fucking with it. Some folks, they may have had other things going on. So I think, ain't Drake on tour or something?
Him and J. Cole about to start the tour.
Right. So I'm saying, like, not saying that Drake would have been there, but like, somebody.
Yeah, Drake ain't rocking with the Grammys.
I'm saying, like, so it could have been other artists that were on tour or whatever, right? And then, like I said, they invited people. Like, I mean, we know that Hammer was invited. Hammer said, "No, thank you. Go to hell."
Damn. But I mean, also, I kind of wish that the Grammys or like we did this thing with it, that we did a regional performance thing and then had them recorded. So like one East Coast one where it's an hour and a half, 2 hour show in the fall. The spring you do one in the South, the winter in the Midwest, and then the West Coast in the summer, and you had it blocked out for the whole year, where each coast could have each region can have their own show, but you can space it out where it's not one long ass show, but you space it out throughout the year.
Yeah,
that makes too much sense.
But if CBS could have made some big money, that was 4 different sets of programming you rolled out every season.
I hear you. It makes too much sense. So wait a minute. Then they went to commercial, came back with Chloe Bailey, who likes to be scantily clad.
And you know what? And I'm not trying to hate on her with this, because this was something I like for this I felt some people were overdressed for this type of occasion.
Well, this is what I'll say. It's Grammys, right? So in your mind, you already like, okay, you gotta have a Grammy outfit. And then 2, but it's the hip hop tribute. So what do you wear? So like, are you overdressed? Are you underdressed? It's one of them shits where you don't know that what you should have worn, especially because it's not like there's a frame of reference. There wasn't a 49th anniversary. So I think outfits were all over the place because people didn't know what the hell to wear.
Kind of like going to the club in the 2000s.
Yeah, but we all were corporate chic though.
Yeah, but it was some people that were wearing ball gowns up in there too.
Yeah, there were definitely a lot of sparkly sequin gowns. There were definitely some sequin gowns at the club. So yeah, you just didn't know. But yeah, so Chloe likes to be scantily clad. I also didn't know she was from ATL, so they told me.
You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. I didn't know where they were from. It never mattered per se. Like, but it was like, oh, she's from ATL. I'm like, oh, okay. So, and then I love that they did the Andre 3000 clip from the Source Awards.
That was a dope way to start.
Something to say.
Yeah.
Like, that is just, that clip that needs to be in the Smithsonian. It just does, like, because it was, like I said, I need to actually watch the 95 Source Awards. I need to find it and be able to watch
it's on YouTube. It's
on
YouTube.
and watch it YouTube. Because like every once in a while somebody will post something from it and I'm like, that happened that night too. Like there are things you absolutely remember and other shit that I'm like, damn, they were there that night. So I want to rewatch it. But anyhow, Jeezy comes on, put on. Got some violin players standing there, and I'm like, what the hell are these dudes doing? Just kind of doing a bobbing back and forth with a violin, and then they start playing them. So the violin players didn't get really any shine because nobody knew what the fuck they was doing, and you couldn't even hear them. Mm-hmm. T.I. comes out, which you know about that. Bun comes out and does his verse and players anthem, which was very exciting for me. And then Glorilla showed up, and then I was like, oh, and I literally wrote down, I don't know this song, but she does look like the love child of Wendy Raquel Robinson.
Like you Wendy little girl.
You Wendy little girl.
Know what I'm saying? Little baby Tasha Mack. 3-6 Mafia comes out.
Wendy Raquel Robinson mama even like, did you have a baby on the low when you was out there filming certain movies?
Like I remember it was in a couple of months I ain't talked to you for real. I ain't see
exactly.
But so 3-6 comes out, does Stay Fly. That was fun. Jermaine Dupri comes out and does Welcome to Atlanta remix, but not the remix. He does his verse in the remix. But I'm like, damn, I would have loved to see Murphy come out. And who else is on that? Oh, well, Diddy can't come.
And Snoop.
Diddy can't perform.
He can't come. Damn, Diddy can't perform. So no Murph Dirt, but also Murph Dirt couldn't have been in there because it was the down south version. Yep. Boosie, Wipe Me Down.
Yes. Luda could have came out with him.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Luda wasn't there. Luda wasn't there.
No. But then, like the Boosie comes out, Wipe Me Down, and that's what I remember asking myself: where is the D9 at? Like that's who. Not to say that Black fraternities and sororities need to be involved in everything. I'm not saying that. But there are definitely some songs that, like, if Boosie came out, everybody was really amped. If he'd had a couple of fraternities and sororities strolling on stage, she would set it off. That's all I'm saying. Because everybody has a stroll to Wipe Me Down.
Yeah.
Everybody got a stroll to Wipe Me Down. So, but then so that
at some point, you need to have with some other fraternities people the top 10 stroll songs, where universal stroll songs, not your organization stroll songs.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Definitely, so Wipe Me Down, Nuck If You Buck, everybody got a Nuck If You Buck. I actually need to sit and think about that. That's actually a really good question. Like now I gotta make a reel about it. And then Luke comes out, crowd goes wild. They say that's Scarred, I Want to Rock. I thought the big black dude on stage with him was Trick Daddy. It was not.
No, because he used to be in that crew, Poison Clan.
Right. I totally thought it was Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy. I mean, like, it made complete sense that Trick Daddy would be out there with him, but it wasn't. And then he gave us our mantra that I've been saying for the last 30-something years. Don't stop. Get it. Then they go to commercial. Public Enemy comes out. They did the and I didn't know that they were Lifetime Achievement nominees by the Grammys, which was very interesting to me.
Who got that?
That's what it was said, like Lifetime Achievement nominees, Public Enemy. And I wrote that down so that I could like research it. But I was like, really? Right. It was like Public Enemy is a Lifetime Achievement nominee at the Grammys. All right.
Well, I mean, it's just a black man that's the head of the president of the Grammys now.
What Lil Wayne say? Shout out my nigga Gucci. Like, hey.
Hey, look. Hey, and if you go look up his name, hey, he got some R&B bangers he produced too on the low. The dude at the president of Grammys. He's in touch.
Like I said, I ain't mad at it. Like I said, it was shocking, but hey, just shout out my nigga Gucci. Like, look. Hey, get your money. So they do Don't Believe the Hype, Night of the Living Bassheads, and they do Fight the Power. I would have liked them to do 911.
They did like 4 or 5 songs. You know that, right?
Well, I think maybe I only knew the title.
Dome, and they did Welcome to the Terror Dome. And at the end was the last one.
Maybe I only recognized 3 immediately. Like, so like I wrote down those, I'm like, I know these, but
yeah, they had a nice set.
But even with Fight the Power, like, so I wrote on there, I said, honestly, this song doesn't get the respect that it deserves. Like, at that time, it did. But the fact that it's lyrically relevant today, and it's so like just even listening to him do it then, and I'm just like, man, like this song, like I'm not this huge Public Enemy fan or whatever, right? Like I'm not gonna lie and tell you, oh yeah, you used to listen to albums. No, I didn't. But I know the power of that song. Like I'm fully aware of that. And like I said, I can't say that other people don't listen to it or haven't listened to it, but I do feel like it's a song that doesn't get the recognition that it could.
Public Enemy was the only albums old heads I know before Snoop and Dre and them, because that was the second set of people that old heads used to listen to. Old heads love Public Enemy at first, like they love Public Enemy. Like I said, when Snoop and Dre and them came out, they had to leave all the little stuff they said about our music to the side because it was grooving, and they was messing with that Dre production.
Right, and then wait a minute. So speaking of Snoop and all of them, the West Coast tribute presented by the Canadian Seth Rogen. That was odd to me. Like there were random white people thrown in from CBS.
They had to do that though.
They had to. Like so, it was just like really random people. But
I like MGK when he introduced though. I did
like MGK. Like it was very genuine.
Yeah,
it was very genuine. It was extremely genuine, and I appreciated that. Or I laughed at the guy Jelly Roll talking about. He was like, he's like, yeah. It's like, guys. His mama even told him, your brothers and sisters got you that tape.
The Rex in Effect.
Right. He's like, it is Rex in Effect Rough Shaker. He's like, and eventually they had to buy him more tapes. So they were like, if he played this damn song one more time.
And that's people that understand. People would wear out a song for a whole year like that. When he said, like, I spent that was a real thing that somebody could wear out a song for a year like that.
That's a real thing. Because I mean, because at that time, again, you're buying music or someone has gifted you.
What's up, y'all? This is RVS.
This is ROD, aka Rated R.
We are the We Coming For You cast, and we talk about pro wrestling from a black dude's perspective. Tell them what they can expect on this here podcast.
Oh, we gonna give you all the raw and dirty and everything black from AEW, WWE, Impact Wrestling, and any other wrestling in between. If you want your wrestling unfiltered, uncensored, and you want it raw, you need to subscribe to the We Coming For You cast.
Right here on SOLC Network.
So if this is the only tape you got, this is what you're listening to. There is no other option. Like, this is my tape. So
I wore that Above the Rim soundtrack out.
Listen, so like I said, some of the like the other stuff I got to listen to, like my the Boys, like that tape. I know it backwards and forwards because that was my tape. Like that's the tape that I had. That's a tape I could listen to. I could listen to it by myself. I didn't have to have nobody around me. So I knew so even to date, the ad libs, every little piece of all those songs, I know them because that's all you had. So I get the idea of somebody having to finally say, all right, get him another tape, please. Something else other than that. But with the West Coast tribute, Renegade, Warren G comes out, RIP Nate Dogg.
And also, I always think about Regulators. This is the most fantastical story
it is
told in hood history.
It is. It's an amazing
storytelling
song. And it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't get credit as a storytelling song.
It's an amazing story. It is.
But like when people talk about storytelling songs, people would be like, "Oh, it's that one Biggie song." Where I'm like, no, like. Regulate gives you the whole. We know exactly what I know.
Breakdown
the entire night.
One night
at the revenge, they went back to the freaks.
Right. I just left the gang of freaks over there on the curb. So I just got you out of getting robbed out. You might have lost your Folex and a couple of your stuff. But I do got some folks over there on the curb still. If you want to get yourself about this phone.
If you just want to make yourself feel a little better, you can do over there. But yeah, but what I'm happy that they didn't try to replace Nate. that they didn't have somebody else come out and sing with him and replace him or whatever, like Danny Boy or some shit. I'm glad.
$5.
It would be just Ty Dolla $ign. Exactly who I thought they was gonna do. That's what I thought, Scott.
Now, what I am angry about as far as remix again are concerned, Loonies does I Got Five on it. You missed an amazing opportunity with doing a West Coast tribute and not doing the remix because you lost Drew Down, Richie Rich, Spice One, and E40. And you could, and E40 was there.
E40 was there.
Yeah, E40 was there. You could have easily done it. Now, true enough, you couldn't have done the whole damn song, right? Anybody finna sit for that. But somebody, like, out of that. So, but I mean, I Got Five on it again.
Issues. Drew Down does have legal issues from time to time. So I don't know if that was
so I mean, hey. So
we don't know where Richie Rich is.
Hold on.
Hey, right.
Like, hey, we just put everybody in there. It was like somebody was like, hey, y'all know Drew Down just got locked up. Okay, we got.
They're gonna be like, okay, take him off the list. So
they would have put Boosie Collins up there because that's his dad.
but I said, but E40 was there. E40 could have came out. Hey, that's it. And then
also, before you go on from I Got Five on it, that they were doing the West Coast version of I Got Five on. I don't know if you noticed. There's a West Coast version where they go, I got five on it, bitch. And they have to keep bleeping it out.
Yep.
And that's only like an Oakland West Coast thing where they do it when they perform, and they put that bitch behind it. They kept bleeping it out though. Because I was like, I saw their mouths go, bitch.
I was wondering why the dancers were doing the Humpty dance. The dancers were doing
five like this.
They were doing that. And I'm like, why are they doing the Humpty?
Well, in the video, they do five like this too, though.
Them girls was doing the Humpty dance. I know what I saw.
They're Oakland.
Well, like I know that. And then Lady of Rage comes out. Afro Puff's looking good.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and I'll say this, and I love the crowd response to that. Right, like one big thing was definitely the crowd response. And I have at the top, the old heads are living their life, and that's when I said Nelly is kicking it. So there is definitely was a age gap that's in there, right? So I don't even want to say 40 and up, right? I'll give you 35 and up. So you got 35 and up, 35 and under. 35 and up was living their best life. 35 and under was enjoying it. But when their people were out there, you could tell that their energy changed. Like they were more like, okay, I really know this song. The old heads were kind of grooving with the young folks with like the real shit. So when YG came out, Tyga, Roddy Rich, and
question on YG, why did he have on platform pumps like Prince?
I have another costume issue in here somewhere that we'll get to. It was with Gunna, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I'm so happy that they put their names on this thing because I didn't know who none of them boys was.
You didn't know who YG was?
I didn't know who none of them niggas was.
Oh wow, okay.
I didn't know
who YG was,
and I'm not ashamed of that.
No, they don't know nobody that came out after 2010.
My part, I keep trying to tell y'all that. I keep saying that, and I don't know why nobody listen to me. Like you kind of like so like I didn't know who they were, but I'm like okay. Then they ended. Then DJ Quick comes out and says, "I dedicate this performance to Tracy Ellis Ross." That tickled the fuck out of me.
Yeah, that threw me off. I was like, what the hell?
And so but my guesstimate is because she was him for Halloween a couple of years ago, and she basically they had the same hairstyle.
She didn't have to do much with this.
Right. All she did legit was throw on all black, and she kind of drew a little mustache on her, and then she was DJ Quick.
But you be Quick hitting the jerk though.
I did see Quick hit the jerk, and it's like so I'm cracking up, and I think the audience is loving it because it's funny as shit. Like first off, he comes out, he mentions Tracy Ellis Ross, so people are already laughing. We're already into the performance, and then he starts doing the jerk, and it's like, listen, nigga up here doing the jerk. Go ahead, Quick.
This old ass.
Like, go ahead, Quick. Go ahead, and get up there and do the jerk. Like it's like it ain't a hating situation. It's like this nigga up there kicking it. Yeah. But with him doing Tonight, I'd have done Straight Outta Compton. Not Straight Outta Compton, Born and Raised in Compton. I'm sorry.
Born and Raised in Compton.
Born and Raised in Compton. I know that Straight Outta Compton is not a DJ Quick song. Before somebody in the comments says some shit. Like,
she don't know her hip hop.
Right, like no.
Yeah, it should have been that though.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been Born and Raised in Compton. Like I mean, but I don't know if more people know tonight. I don't know. Like sometimes I wonder, like, is it more of a popularity thing? But
Tonight is more of the crossover song though too. You
Yeah.
can go to some white frat boy parties. They gonna play DJ Quick. They gonna play Tonight.
You gonna hear that? Yeah.
That's that. So Yo-Yo, can't play with my Yo-Yo.
That is pussy. The other one's Black Pussy. They like to play too, but obviously you can't do that one on the
right. Cypress Hill, and I rarely see them anywhere, so this was a treat. And it was actually, I want to say, in one of the like hip hop groups or something, somebody had mentioned Cypress Hill recently and was like, "How come they don't get, mentioned?"
Yeah, they're big festival acts.
Yeah, they are. So they came out, but even with that, with the song with them doing "How Could Just Kill a Man," I'd have thought "Insane in the Membrane."
Yeah.
But as they're doing "How Could Just Kill a Man," Chuck D is in the audience singing along. So yeah, what do I know? I don't know shit. Too Short comes out and does "Blow the Whistle." He'd have done better. So again, this goes into where your D9 people at, because he could have done "Shake That Monkey" and brought some SG Rose out. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, because it is their theme song that they have come up with.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's still amazing.
But
it's still amazing.
as opposed to "Shake That Monkey," y'all let Too Short do "Blow the Whistle" on primetime CBS
and say
on a Sunday night and ask the crowd, what's my favorite
word? Why they gotta say it like
and I think to myself about the Super Bowl and Janet Jackson's nipple and how America in its whole form was destroyed that day because of that 0.2 seconds of a nipple on TV. But Too Short asked y'all, what's my favorite word? With thousands of people in the audience screaming out, bitch! So it's, I guess, I mean, I'm not upset at it. It's just interesting that was okay. And then E40 comes out. I would rather heard Sprinkle Me.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Did we miss Roddy Ricch?
Oh, Roddy Ricch. I don't know what. So, like I said, I have YG, Tyga, and so Tyga did Rack City. I knew that song. I didn't know that song. And then because I used to say Slack City when I would go to Old Navy and buy all the slacks on sale. Like Slack City, bitch, slack. Or I got slacks on slacks. So I actually did know those songs. Roddy Ricch, I didn't know his song, but he did perform. And he was before DJ Quick.
And so E40, Scott, I mean, I get Tell Me Where to Go was a big crossover song though.
Yeah, it probably was. Oh, yeah, it's probably his bigger crossover song before Snap Your Fingers.
Yeah.
Because if you do Sprinkle Me, yeah, half the crowd gonna be looking like all the 40 and over is gonna be
40 and over gonna be out there living their life trying to find sugar tea.
They'll be doing the little dance.
Right.
I mean, I would have loved you if you went, is I could I save her?
Yeah.
Put the mic out. I want to be saved.
That part. No, that'd have been dope. I call it the conscious rap section.
It was
I like the setting.
The backpack section.
Yeah, I like the backpack section. I liked it. Like I liked the library that they were in.
It was
I thought that was dope. I liked it, just that. I don't know who invited J Hood to introduce them, but again,
Q-Tip wasn't there, was he?
No, Q-Tip wasn't there.
All right.
No.
All right.
Arrested Development comes out and does Everyday People. Now, I would have done Tennessee, but Everyday People has that great call and response. So get that. I got it. Old girl from Arrested Development is still hella hype.
Mishi.
Yeah, still hella hype since day one. And you gotta love that.
Because she waiting on that game of horseshoes. She waiting.
You're right. I think you're absolutely right. That is
wait.
A game of horseshoes. Carmen does. I used to love her, which was great. Queen Latifah. I don't know what the song was that she did, but I liked it. Talib Kweli does get Just to Get By. De La Soul comes out, and that was hard because we've just recently lost a member, and it's like that just sucks, right? And I wrote it then, and then I think I ended up writing it again later when they did the actual tribute, and I was like, it's so fucked up because like it's the 50th anniversary of hip hop. How many people didn't get to make it to see this 50th anniversary? Or how many of these artists didn't even make it to 50? Right? Like, because most of our favorite artists right now, most of your favorite are some of my favorite rap artists are in their 50s. And or they
close to 60.
Right, or they close to 60, or they didn't make it to 50. And so it was like, damn, that's like fucked up.
And that was that Dougie Fresh set with him and D Nice. That was, and all the dead rappers' names come across the screen.
Oh my God. So yeah, I got that written down too. So that's when I said it again on my when I was writing it down. But yeah, the Dougie Fresh thing, that was depressing because so there's people that he names. I wrote down all the people that he was naming, but then as he's like, look at the screen and you're seeing like this ridiculous amount of names getting like posted up there, people that we've lost. And it was like, damn.
Just going through.
Like, like, and again, and these weren't people that died of old age. In other genres, they lose their people to old age.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd be like, oh yeah, so-and-so just passed away. They was 87 years old.
We'll lose somebody when they just coming out.
Right. So it's like, damn. So like it was like I said with De La Soul, like I loved it. I loved Diggable Planets coming out.
It was great the way they mixed in all the verses together on that.
Yeah, I like that. And then makes right because I'm sitting there trying to rap along. I'm like, wait, do I not know the words? Like, I don't like that. Okay, you know, all right, cool. We out. Dun, 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 dun. Far Side, Can't Keep Running Away. But to that point, like you ain't do passing me by. Like in the Lynn Miguel Manuel, the guy that did Hamilton, he had just talked about that song. So I'm like, oh, Far Side, like I knew that Far Side was going to perform. But I'm like, oh, they're gonna do that. No, they did. Okay, well, all right. And then Black Sheep, Choice is Yours. So, and that was a great closeout.
And for this a tidbit, that's the first time Black Sheep has performed together since like the early 90s.
Wow.
They got a lawsuit against like the streaming or something?
Yeah, he lost it last month. He lost it.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
the first time they didn't been together like on stage together since back in like 92, 93.
Damn, since they was hot.
Yeah. So they reunited for that, you know, and that was something I thought about even with the Salt and Pepper Spinderella thing. When I saw them come back together and be like, dang, they put it whatever they had against it that he did. It was like, yo, we finna do this hip hop 50. And that's what makes me think like, why didn't Salt and Pepper and Spinderella be like, you know what, we're gonna do this, push it real quick. It's only 30 seconds, and we can go back to hating each other after this 30 seconds.
Put these A-ball jackets on.
Exactly. And be done with it.
No, that is funny. So right before Akon, this lady comes out, and I said, "Who is this African lady trying to bring class and a bit of Wakanda?" So it was a Nigerian actress who actually she's actually on a TV show on CBS.
Mm-hmm. Bob Love Azabastola.
Right, and I was like, "Oh, okay." But then Akon comes out to share his global reach.
This is where it hit the speed bump for me.
This is where it got a little confusing for me because it was like I don't think of Akon and global reach, and maybe I just don't think of him in that way. Like I know that there are things that he's done. I just didn't. So he comes out with Styles P. They do Locked Up.
Let's be for real. He paid for this, y'all. Let's be for real. Let's just be for real. He paid for this segment. He
probably did. He
paid for this in Akon dollars or Akon. What is it? Acoins or whatever it is called. Yeah, he paid. This is a deliberate thing where you can say this is a pay for play situation. There's no way you let this one man do 5 songs in his own segment.
Hey, you think he got mad because Soul Train gave T-Pain that Legend Award? He was like, nah, fuck this.
Like,
that could be it.
He's like, fuck this.
Oh,
He ain't even using his real voice.
hey, the black dude from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Andre Brower.
Yep.
Like he was like the sheep. He passed away. He died.
Andre Brower.
I just got the New York Times alert. Andre Brower, the actor who starred in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Homicide: Life on the Street, has died at 61. And
I remember him from Get on the Bus.
So, like, well, with him, when they said Homicide: Life on the Street, you know, like, Law and Order is basically a spinoff of that. So, in some of the earlier episodes of Law and Order, there are a lot of crossover episodes between Law and Order and Homicide: Life on the Street. So, like, Detective Munch used to be in Baltimore for Homicide: Life on the Street. So that's one of Stacey's little white TV show tidbits for you out there. But but now I've been actually trying to find that show or be able to watch it without having to pay for it. But I do want to watch. If I love Law and Order, I know I'm like Homicide: Life on the Streets. But he just passed away. So rest in peace to this man. He died at 61.
Oh, wow.
They said 61. So again, to my point earlier, we aren't dying of old age. Right? Like, yeah, he said he died on Monday after a brief illness. Yeah, no other information was given immediately. It's a developing story. But yeah, like a brief, like we're not done, but going back, so we're going to get to the tributes in a second. So Akon gets out there, he does Locked Up. Somebody, Africa's newest superstar, Black Bone performs, and then Akon does.
That's why I'm telling you this is paid. That's one of Akon's artists.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Oh yeah, I was like, that ain't Burna Boy.
Like,
I immediately Google. I had never heard, and I'm not saying I'm the biggest on Afro beats,
right?
But for you to be one, I was like, hold on, let me Google this. Convict music all up in the background.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that this young man is signed to Akon's label in some shape, form, or fashion. Like, it could have been his son. I don't know, but I knew it was somebody that was associated with Akon, right? So then he gets to do that, and then he does 3 more songs. And so to their point, how the fuck did Akon get a whole segment to himself?
Yeah.
Like, there's no logical reason to give Akon his own section.
Yeah, LL could have got that.
Man.
Regina Hall's introduction was very funny. I've heard some of the things that she's learned from rap artists. Like Corrupt and Snoop told him that ain't no fun. The homies can't have none.
No, she said the joys of sharing.
The joys of sharing.
Joys of sharing.
Kenya Lay, an oral educator, eloquently told us, and it's like we're saying, then Kia Jeffries, who gave us eloquently gave us detailed instructions to put it in your mouth. And I'm like, I couldn't have put it better myself. That sounds right. And then, of course, Uncle Luke, that taught us that a lot of things can pop in any position. And, and then she saluted Captain D. So,
it would have been even awesomer more if she had mentioned her ex-boyfriend in there somehow. Sadat X. It would be like, and don't let it go to your head now.
Right. Right.
But he would have probably spazzed out on Instagram like, oh, that's a diss towards me. You
know this bitch. This will never work again.
You dirty bitch.
But it'd have been cute though. It'd have been cute.
Like, we are all one joke away from being called a dirty bitch on Instagram. You raggedy bitch. But
that would have been hers too. That would have been hers too for him.
Listen, right, you raggedy bitch. Big Daddy Kane came out there and still doing that choreography like it ain't nothing.
Now I was mad at first. I thought that was Scoop and Scrap. I wanted to be Scoop and Scrap because I just wanted to see if the old man got it for one more show. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Keep up, man.
Fact is, I love that Big Daddy Kane still dances because that was a part of the culture. That's it. Mm-hmm. You rap, but you dance. You were an entertainer. In order to be an MC, you had to be able to control the crowd and take control. And by doing that, it had to do with your stage presence. There was no standing there and just rapping. You couldn't do that.
This person up is the person that changed that.
Wait, hold on. After Big Daddy Kane was Black Thought.
Oh, the person after Black Thought is who changed that.
Right. And then the person who changed that is the God MC, Rakim.
Yes, because he has nothing but just walking around the stage. He is the king.
No, he's like, you gonna hear these words.
Right. Right. And to that point, with Rakim didn't have to, I mean, not to say that Big Daddy Kane had to dance. I'm not saying that it was like a distraction from what he was saying. That's not it at all. But Rakim, it's like, nah, like if I move too much, you gonna miss some of this shit. So I gotta stand still so that you can really grasp what I'm saying to you.
And then some of Big Kane stuff was catered to women. Rakim was just straight street.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And I already hear in the comments, I just thought about it in the comments, they'll be like, what about Chuck D? Chuck D had the comedy relief of Flavor Flav and the SW1s behind him as a distraction thing. Rakim is by himself with Eric B just on the tables, like just straight 89 on the table.
And Chuck D was 75 years old back in 88.
Chuck D has always been a grown man.
Yes,
Chuck D was like 50 back then.
Right, he has always carried himself as a grown ass man. So to the point
now,
of,
I'm gonna ask you this real quick, Stacey. I can see that man intimidating a woman, like dating her at 25, being that serious and being like that.
You're that serious. So I want to know, was there ever a knucklehead version of Chuck D?
Nah, man. You know his dad was military.
Like, was there ever that knucklehead version? Because he's always been serious. Like, even if he's joking with you, there's still a serious.
It's a quick little laugh.
He has to laugh first for you to think it's a joke.
It's a quick little ha ha. Now back to what I was saying.
And you like, okay, wait, that was a joke. Okay, all right, I should have paid attention to that. But Rakim rocks it. Also, I want to point out that Rakim absolutely dresses like a nigga that's between 50 and 60 years old from New York.
Yeah, he does.
Like flat out. And ladies,
y'all like a nigga that just got in jail that did like 20 or 30 years.
That's also.
Hey, that's that fit that Tony took me to the North.
Tony bought me 2 sweaters. You know?
That was that fit.
That's exactly that fit. That's exactly how Rakim dressed. Ladies, you have seen a nigga dressed like this in the club because he has approached you. He's absolutely approached you. And yes, he does drive a Cadillac, but it's not the Cadillac that we assumed that he would drive. Like, it's a Cadillac, but he ain't got to that specific Cadillac stage, right? That old nigga Cadillac. He ain't there, but he definitely got a Cadillac outside or a Buick.
Buick.
Then got a Buick. Absolutely driving a Buick because that's a good car. But that's exactly how Rakim dresses. But
now, I love Black Thought, but this was opportunity to have KRS-One there instead of Black Thought.
I don't remember KRS-One, but he should have been there.
Yeah, but in that section, it would have been a perfect time.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not a KRS-One fan by any shape, form, or fashion. However, if we're going to talk about a hip hop tribute, KRS-One needs to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's just that a call needs to be made because, again, impact, except like there's plenty that he brings to the table. So I don't know. Again, we don't know why people weren't there. Again, some folks.
And I just thought of another idea that Paramount could have done. They could have maybe taped 4, 5, 6 other performances on location at some of these other places and put them streaming online, like to see other performances from Bone, KRS-One, Trina, such and such. Go to the app and check them out.
Yeah, and now you got to pay for the app.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay for Paramount Plus to see the other performance.
Paramount Plus in order to get it. So yeah, they're like I said, there were. I think period. We'll never be fully happy with whatever they do, right? Because you can't get everybody. Like LL said that you cannot possibly get everybody at the same time. And then also you only got a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
Or less than 2 hours, like including commercials, right? So unless this was a weekend, a festival, now that's where what they could have done. While y'all out here doing Lovers and Friends with random ass stages and all this other shit down in Vegas, where was that a weekend festival, 50th anniversary hip hop festival?
Hip-hop fest.
Nigga.
Ooh.
Right. Now, logistically and niggerly, I don't know if it would have worked out.
Because it would just, it had to be 35 and up. Because we can't have Gunna there and Boosie and the YG crowd there mixed in with the LLs.
That is absolutely correct.
They're real parents. They got to go back home. They just got a weekend furlough from their kids. They got to get back. The YG,
the kids at Granny's for the weekend.
Right. And to that point, which I think, to that point, I think is why it needed to be a whole weekend. You can put the Gunners and all them on later on at night. The folks that's got kids or the 40 and over club, some of us stay up late, but we still in the bed, right? I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
We at least back at the hotel.
Right, like I said, I'm up till 3 in the morning every night. I've been in my bed since 9.
Yeah,
like, don't get
be outside the house.
Right, like we ain't out the house. Like we might still be up, but we in this bed. So for the old heads, by 9 o'clock, we ready to go. We tired anyway. Like it's time for us to go ahead and wrap it on up, find a car, get back to the hotel or the Airbnb. That 9 o'clock and afterwards, you want to get them young folks out there. Hey, have fun, kids. We'll be back in the morning. We'll come back around 12.
We'll come back when the lock-in over.
Right, when the lock-in over, that's when we'll be back. Like we're gonna be out there during the daylight hours. And then on Sunday, because the thing is, on Sunday, it needs to wrap up a little bit early because folks got to get to the airport and go because we got to go back to work on Monday. You only took off the weekend. Ain't nobody take off Monday.
You could bring in the real. You could bring in the real young Dirks and all them for that Sunday night.
That's it. They ain't got nowhere to be on Monday. That's it. So that's definitely something that could happen. So then we got the tribute to those that we lost. So like we mentioned that with D Nice and Dougie Fresh, and so he mentioned Trugoy, Biggie, DMX, Shock G, Phife, Nate Dogg, Nipsey Hussle, Tupac, Biz Markie, Eazy-E, Takeoff, Pop Smoke, Big Pun, Mr. Magic, and Fat Boy. So those are the names that he said. And then like he tells everybody, look at the screen, and that's when you're seeing all of these names fly past, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I'd never seen before. Like,
I had never heard.
Lil Oz. Like, who the hell is Lil Oz?
Right. Somebody knew him. And I mean, I saw Fat Pat up there, and I'm like, damn. So, like, you see all these names are people that you like, damn, I forgot they not here, or fuck. So, like I said, that was just like the crazy reality. And like I said, how many people didn't get to this 50th anniversary and make significant contributions? Or just even those who just didn't even get to make the C50. So like I said, he mentions Tupac and Biggie, and we know they didn't even make it to 30. Tupac died at what, 25?
25.
Yeah, 25. So you didn't, like our people, we don't get to live too long.
Another group I'm surprised they didn't have come out is the Beastie Boys, even though I know is past, but I'm surprised that's a big crossover group.
It is. It really is. But so we didn't have a Run DMC. We didn't have shit.
Also, something I thought about is that New York did their own recently at Madison Square Garden, and I wondered.
And the Yankee
Stadium. It was the Yankee Stadium.
One of the baseball stadiums.
Yeah.
And they had different people come out from different all around the country too on that one.
Wasn't that supposed to be Run DMC's last?
That's their last show. They're gonna do
that last performance or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. 2 Chainz comes out and does birthday song, and then
that was a bad choice to me.
It was Gunna comes out with this mesh shirt that he does not have the body for, and then he performs some song.
I don't know the beat to that song. I don't even know the name of that song. I just heard that beat places though.
So I always say her name wrong. It's Coi Leray. I've been calling her Coi Leroy. Because honestly, I think it's a better name, Coi Leroy, right?
Coi Leroy. Benzino's daughter.
Like Coi Leroy rhyme. Like I think my version is better than what she calls herself. But she gets out there and she does her song. And oddly enough, DJ Quick loves this song.
What, you saw him in the crowd?
No, the Girls is Player too.
Yeah.
That song. DJ Quick likes that song. It's what was he on? Was he on one of those shows? So what if it wasn't $1 Million Worth of Game, it was one of those that he was recently on. And they were asking him what some new artists or things that he liked. And he mentioned, he's like, well, I like this, I like kind of like that. He's like that song. He's like, it's the girl, about to catch another flight. Like she's like, I like that song. I fucks with that. And I'm like, okay. And I just remembered that. So when she performed it, I was like, DJ Quick like this song. But I mean, I don't hate it either. So Coi Leray was there. Benzino could never. Her daddy. But
he still trying to get some dollars from her though.
But no, that's actually real shade though, right there, Stacey.
I know. That's why I said it.
No, that's real shit. I mean, that's a deep cut shade.
I literally wrote Benzino could never. Like I said it because okay,
you can't. Dude.
It says Benzino could never. Like I
damn, your daughter made it on the 50 years of hip hop, and she's got a bigger single than you ever had.
Ever. Because I don't know none of his songs.
The only song that was big he had was that Booty. Remember that we had the remix with Fabulous and G-Dep?
Right.
I remember like some video, but I don't remember none of the songs.
I have no recollection of any Benzino song ever happening. I just knew who he was. And I mean, even with when he like editor in chief at the Source at one point?
Owner of
the Source.
Yeah.
You went at the 50-year hip hop thing, so
no.
Get off of Instagram, sir. Then Nelly comes out and does EI.
Yeah, okay, now do you think that was a good choice or should have been Hot in Here?
I was expecting Hot in Here.
Didn't he just perform Hot in Here somewhere?
Did he do it on the BET Hip Hop Awards, maybe?
I think at the BET.
I feel like, again, there's been 10,000 50th anniversary shows over the past year. I feel like he's done that. I feel like he did it, and I just don't remember but he may have done it. But like EI worked out because again, the call and response part of it, right? So everybody EI, so they were into it. I said that because it's like that, or does he do country grammar?
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's a loss either way.
No. He got so many hits. It didn't.
So especially like first album alone, like he was so he was fine. Well, Nelly Bill's on EI. I mean, EI's on Nelly Bill, right?
That's on
that's on first. Okay. But I mean, with the exception of him doing Tip Drill. Now, what they need to do is an uncut.
50 years of hip hop uncut. Ooh, you can get it. Ooh. So then you can bring 8-Ball MJG and with Space Age Pimpin', you and me.
Can you like him perform? Put it in your mouth.
Half pint.
I want you to hold that leg up.
95 South, 69 boys. All
Trina. Good show up.
South and them boys.
JT Money.
It's ding-a-ling time. Listen.
Ooh, you know what? They should have had the 69 boys for the South. With Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll.
Yep. So like I said, they went to each coast, but again, you don't have the time.
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean, they didn't have no dance anthems. Like
I said, just even to do the South. Right? Like if you just want to focus on the South, you got Atlanta, you got Florida, you got so there's all these sounds and movements that come in there. You got Louisiana. So just even with Louisiana, you got Louisiana bounce, but then you got Cash Money, you got No Limit.
Then you got Crunk.
So so how?
And then if you consider Virginia South, then you got all the Virginia cats.
Yeah. I don't consider Virginia South. People do though.
I mean, below the Mason-Dixon, that's below Maryland.
Yeah, I know. I just don't believe in that. I don't believe in the.
So what is Virginia then? What was Virginia considered East Coast then?
I think for me,
That'll be considered East.
Yeah,
North.
like people can argue about this in the comments. I don't believe in the Mason-Dixon line. I feel like I'm like I'll tell you what I think is South and what I think is East Coast, and I feel like the like North Carolina is probably as far up as you'll get on the.
Okay, I was gonna say, what about North Carolina?
Right. But and some people debate North Carolina about being the South. Like, so there's that. So, but
I basically, if your state went to fight for the South, you in the South, and Virginia's in this, they fought in the Confederacy, so they in the South.
Right. When I get off the plane in Atlanta,
Pimp C,
East Coast time.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, but so yeah, Rick Ross did Hustlin' and he did BMF.
I was surprised about that one.
So that point, I would have loved if he did MC Hammer.
MC Hammer.
And Hammer came out. Because like Teflon Don is one of my favorite albums. I do not know why Teflon Don speaks to my soul. It just does. Okay. Deal with it. And MC Hammer on there is my shit. And I remember the first time I heard the album, I thought MC Hammer and BMF were the same fucking song because it's the same damn beat, whether they want to like it's the exact same damn beat. Like I think one key change or something. But if Ross would have done MC Hammer and brought Hammer out, he did that before, didn't he?
I don't know.
I want to tell you that has happened, and now I have to look it up. I really believe that Ross did MC Hammer before and brought Hammer out, but that should have happened. And then Chance the Rapper comes out. You Don't Want No Problems. I've heard that song before. I think watching it today, I was like, man, like this song is kind of like it just never stuck with me.
Yeah, I haven't heard it since it was out. That was
the people were into it, and I was like, that. Like, okay, cool. Like, hey, Chance the Rapper, let me go ahead and put this on a little streaming and check it.
Yeah,
wait a minute. There we go. Sorry, I hit some button. And finally, it ends with Will Smith. So I remember somebody said, why did Will Smith get so much time? And there's a very good reason for that. And Questlove even explains that, like that Will Smith or DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince were the first group to get a Grammy for hip hop. However, it was not going to be televised. So a group of artists boycotted the Grammys. The next year, they were going to televise it, and then DJ Jeff and the Fresh Prince were the first rap act to perform at the Grammys. So closing it out with them makes sense, right? Mm. Like it's almost like we're here because of you type situation, and they kicked it. Like I
didn't like the last two songs.
Performance, it was everything it was supposed to be. I mean, and the reality is it was always Will and Jeff.
But I didn't like the last two songs. I think it should have just been all Will and Jeff songs. I didn't like that they did his solo stuff.
Oh, Getting Jiggy with It and Welcome to Miami.
Yeah, I think it should have been all him and Jeff stuff for that.
Yeah.
Early stuff. But all right, when he did the Fresh Prince song, he couldn't do it to the actual beat.
That part. I don't know, but sometimes we don't know the background of shit. We don't know who owns what.
NBC owns that, and
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was telling my wife. I was like, man, NBC own that track, so that's why he performing on the other.
Yeah. So, like I said, the theme song was like, okay, cool, but then he closes it out with Summertime. The anthem, and I'm like, all right, but yeah, I mean, like with Getting Jiggy with It wasn't my shit, but again, it was what it was, right? Like, I mean, Getting Jiggy.
I just want him to do. You saw my blinker, bitch, and I never seen him do that live. Just never see. I just would have loved to see him do that song live.
Like I said, it was great. Like, I mean, overall, a great show. It's like, as we said, no one's ever going to be fully satisfied because there's always going to be something that wasn't brought up or listed. Like I said, with the ladies first, I do love who they had. I do, like I said, having Lotto on there, I get it. Like you want to throw in a little, like, but I'll say this, even with them adding in some of the new folks, I do like the way they just kind of sprinkled it in. Like, okay, here's somebody right here. All right, here's somebody. Like, it wasn't all new people. And I like, there's a piece of me, not to say that I want to exclude newer artists from this, but you're not a part of the history at this time.
Yes. You just got in.
You just got in, right? Like, you're not a part of history. Like, there's nothing historical that you've done. There's no.
Like, we don't know if this song is gonna be hyped in 5 years. Like,
we don't know.
Is Lotto even gonna be here in 5 years? Like, I mean, I'm not saying she. I'm
right. But some of these, they may not. Glorilla may not be here in 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. So it's like, but then you have these other people who, and I mean, true enough, JJ Fad isn't here today, but
that song is here today, though.
They got a timeless record.
Right, that song is here today, right? Like, so I think I appreciate them including the younger generation. I just don't feel like it was really that necessary to do. I don't feel like they added really anything. I'm not saying they took away, but I don't think they added either. We're no better for having Lotto or YG or whatever, any of them perform.
So at the next award, you're gonna see Curtis Blow and Moneybagg Yo presenting together.
Where was Curtis Blow?
He's been sick. I know that.
Yeah, he's had health problems.
Yeah. So I think, and I think to that point, like we definitely had some old heads, but we ain't had like the old heads. So we didn't have. Well, I mean, Dougie Fresh was there. But Dougie,
well, you talking about like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 type old
like
school.
Cool Mo
D. So like, yeah, we're like, right to that point, like Big Daddy was there. Where was Cool Mo D? Mo D couldn't come.
Well, you know, him and LL still got their beef. So there you go there.
Them niggas is way too old for that.
No. That's still on. You know that, right?
Like, them niggas is way too old for that shit. Like,
I didn't know. I thought if LL and Ice-T could.
LL is cool. Cool Mo D don't mess with LL. He's openly about it.
That young nigga got too successful.
He was like, there was an interview recently, maybe like 4 or 5 years. He was like, you know, the industry set him up to be where he was, and I was crushing him. And I was like, I don't know.
It was just that nigga, and he was just younger than you.
Nigga. Like,
that's probably how they felt about Michael Jackson when he came out. He's like, this little young nigga, who is he?
Possibly. Like, but I think to that point, then, like, but Mike had been out forever.
Right. I don't know. I think Prince is like that more towards cats than Mike was. Mike was already kind of around.
Yeah.
Right. Mike had, like,
came out of nowhere.
You already known him as a child.
Yeah.
Like, so him being around was like, oh, okay, like, cool. But
because what, Rick James hated Prince, was messing with him and everything. Like another one, like West Coast Ice Cube, no like NWA kind of feel, no.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I guess Death Row was on there. I mean, we had Lady Rage for Death Row. You know, Lady Rage technically is from Virginia. So that was just like, this. I guess it does count for her being from Cali, but she's from Virginia.
Yeah, but
like she didn't move out there because she was an adult to California.
Yeah, but I guess with that,
like Corrupt being from Philly, you know, moving out.
But I guess because you made your name
on the West Coast,
right? Like.
So overall, what do y'all give this show?
I give it a 8.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10.
It could have been a 9 if the Akon section was out, and we could have added some other different groups in there.
Yeah, there's I definitely, like I said, some song choices, but
we honestly didn't even need Akon at all. So.
Yeah, I'm talking period. He didn't have to come
at all. Like period. I think that
And does he have a hairpiece in right now? Because that looks like a hairpiece, low key.
Yeah, because it don't look like that.
It don't look right on his head. It don't look like it's a part of his hair, like his head.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention. Like
Look at the picture of Akon
when
right
he
now.
was
It's
on,
just look up some recent.
Look up the new Akon picture of Akon right now. You can't tell me that down like no hairpiece and no Heinz Wyman jump off, where he didn't got them to sprinkle some hair up in there and it didn't regrew back up. It don't look like it's supposed to be there. Like it's just weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it don't look like it's his hair.
yeah. Wait a minute, hold on. Is this real? Wait a minute. So I see something that's like Akon on getting hair transplant, and he told Tory Lanez to go to his doctor.
Oh, well, then there we go.
So, but like, hold on, let me put this on mute. I'm just trying to scroll through. Oh, wait. So there's Akon with this weird hair. Oh, no.
Yes,
Oh,
it was in Turkey.
He went to Turkey and got the procedure. So what's very funny is I actually know someone who wants to do that. So that's that. But yeah. So that did happen. So it is a hair. It is
because it don't look right. It is, I mean, I'm not gonna say it don't look should not look right, but it looks like dude, you was balding before, G. How you get past all these gates?
That's what I'm saying. You have to do it when you kind of first notice that you're balding, right? When no one, like the only people who know right now are you and your barber.
And your lady.
And your lady, right? Y'all the only people who know. Like your barber has been like, hey, you know, I'm just gonna keep this a little heavy at the top. I ain't gonna cut it down like like now y'all playing around. That's your time to go get this procedure done.
Yes,
the barber be cutting them up because you know he sprayed that Beijing on. He be like,
that
hey,
micro.
He be like, hey,
yeah, that microfiber and all that.
You ain't going swimming today, are you?
You ain't going swimming today, are you? man. So yeah, I give it an 8 as well. Let's get into one of our next topics. This family matters behind the dark side of the comedy.
I'm gonna say
I think we need a real documentary done by like A23 or like one of those big like documentary production houses. No disrespect to Vice and what they did, but I feel like it needs to be a little bit more in depth and a little bit more with different perspectives instead of like 4 people.
So the thing is, so with Vice, with that series, because I take the series, I love all of their dark sides of everything, right? Mm-hmm. So dark sides of comedy, dark side of the ring. There's another one that they did, Dark Side of the 90s. So I love all of those shits. So essentially what they'll end up doing, they're never interviewing the person. It's just always people that knew them, right? Or people that were insiders on it. With this specific series with the comedians, they are interviewing the exact same comedian. So Deborah Wilson has had something to say about each and every comedian that is on this season. Okay. But with the Family Matters thing, we weren't going to get everybody on there, like, because everybody's not going to talk. Because some folks, some people don't care about their check, and some people ain't missing that check.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when you start talking too much, checks start getting a little funny. So I can understand some of the older actors not speaking versus Eddie Winslow and Judy, because their lives are very different, like compared to the other cast members right now.
Urkel probably got some nice residual checks because he played like multiple roles. He did all kind of stuff. So his stuff probably is sitting decent.
Yeah. So very simply put, Jaleel White don't have to work.
No.
Right?
Is that really? You think so?
You got the money that he got from the show, right? Whatever that was. Then you have the merchandising, whatever deal was created with that merchandising. So you had the Urkel doll, you had Urkel O's, you had all this shit with his face on it. Now, again, it depends on what that contract was like.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
And all of that. But I think right now, he has like a strain of weed.
Yeah, or perp.
So, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, and as much as he didn't want to be associated with that character anymore, he also knows if you act like Urkel for a minute, you're going to get a check. I think there's like a cartoon, something that's coming out now, like a Christmas cartoon, some shit. So, look, you act like Urkel, you can get that check. And that'll feed you again for another 5 years. So
and he was the voice of the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon.
So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's big money right there.
That's what I'm saying. So there's money that comes in there. There's money that he got. But I am happy to see that. What is Judy Winslow's real name? I forgot the girl name.
Jamie Foxworth.
There you go. So I'm very happy to see her. I don't want to say talking like the girl couldn't talk, but just in a better place, right? Because I think. We all knew that one day she went up the stairs and never came back down. You didn't hear from her. And then all of a sudden you're on Twitter and you hear that, wait a minute, I think this Judy Winslow on Pornhub. And it's like, wait, what? Crazy.
No, this is before Pornhub. This was on tape.
So
she was on tape. Right. He was on one of them reality shows on VH1 back in the day.
The drug one.
The addiction.
Yeah. Yeah. What was them old porn things? West Coast Productions and shit like that.
Yes, she was in West Coast Productions. Yes.
Right. So it's Crave. So I never did watch one of her videos.
I did. Back then, no, because it was cats was passing around the tape and DVD back then. Like,
well, I just didn't. I didn't want to see her like that. Does that make sense? Like, I just didn't. That's not what I want to see. So.
I mean, we're horrible people at 18, 19 years old. So you don't have no discernment like that. Yes, now I wouldn't want to.
Right, but it's like, but to that point though. But I did see the Kim Kardashian with Ray J. So, but it was like, I guess, but I didn't have. I have a connection. I know who the fuck Kim Kardashian was. I mean, so when that tape came out, I had no idea who the fuck she was.
Yeah, I didn't know who she was.
So, but either way, but then her and Eddie Winslow. So as they're talking about the show and they're talking about what happened, because that's the big question. What the fuck happened? Why was Judy no longer on the show? And according to what they're stating is that her lines are like her part in the show kind of kept getting smaller and smaller because and everyone knows this that Urkel was never supposed to be on the show full time. He's supposed to be on for one episode, period. Yep. And they just ended up keeping him and the show started revolving around him. So I can completely see how you have this show with this family and these kids and everything, but now you've entered a whole new character and you are changing the whole storyline now to be focused on him.
Happy Days is the same way.
Right, change it
because they did it with the Fonz.
Right,
the Fonz was supposed to be just a recurring character randomly, and they was like, "Oh, people love him."
Right,
well, he's on every episode now. He didn't move in with the Cunninghams. Remember, they moved him in with the Cunninghams at one point.
Yeah. So then, how do you? So then, with that, when that happens, the storylines for everybody else kind of disappear. So, like, you're gonna have a storyline for Eddie because he's the only son. You're gonna have something for Laura because she's the love interest to Urkel. Fuck you into with the little kid. Nothing up. I mean, I don't even remember. Did Lil Richie ever really have a storyline either?
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of storylines with him.
See?
Yeah, because little Orlando Brown wound up being on the show.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
And they replaced Orlando. They ended up replacing Orlando Brown with Richie too. I mean, no, Orlando Brown were in the place replacing Richie because they was like, we can't have two kids. One of y'all got to go.
But they so with like you have that, and then Darius Aquari. Eddie Winslow, he was like how it was hard for him because Steve gets to be silly, right? And all of this. So, but his like storylines, he has to be a little bit more serious. And even though he's like, yeah, I get a couple of jokes in and all of that, but if I got to act a fool, then I'd be popular too. And that's real. That's real though. Like, cause think about like any show. You're going to have the more the straight man or the serious characters, but the ones that are the joke,
outlandish,
that who's popular. Like, that's the person who gets the most fame.
Man, since you say that, Stacey, is that why Martin was so good because everybody kind of had like super silly moments?
I think
there was no true straight man or straight woman on there.
Right. There was no, and it like, cause I think, because you can say that Tommy was the straight man
but they used to have a whole bunch of funny stuff.
But I'm saying though, so you can say he was a straight man, right? Like he was slightly more serious, but Tommy had his jokes, right?
And they actually developed that more over time. The first season he was a straight man, but they made him more silly because the whole not having a job thing is not till season 2,
right?
Yeah, yep.
You know, that's and even Pam was kind of serious in the first season. And they were like, maybe they were actors being like, yo, I already seen how this didn't work before. If I don't start getting me some stuff, kind of me joking, I'm gonna be up out of here. And it's just gonna be Tommy Cole and Gina in a minute.
You gotta, everybody has to have their part.
Cole,
right?
Gina, and Money.
Yeah, so like everybody has to have their own part, and then so I think for, like I said, well, one, you've already lost a cast member, right? You didn't have nothing for her to do, and then you got Eddie. So now you got, then because Eddie was like, there's even an episode with me becoming Steve, just so that you can get some silly shit going on. And then then eventually nobody was watching the show anymore. Like they switched networks, they switched moms, all of that, and like I said, by the time. Like I said, I didn't know until I was like an adult that they had actually switched networks because I'd stopped watching.
Yeah. When it was a syndication, they had replaced Harriet's and then.
Yeah, like I didn't even know. Like I'd stopped watching because it just became. Sometimes shows become really silly, and that's usually towards the end of their range.
When it's called jumping the shark.
Yeah, once a show becomes really fucking silly, then I'm done with it. So there are a lot of shows that I was like, all right, I'm out. So hell, with the Steve Harvey show, I was kind of sick of the Romeo storylines and Bullethead. Like it just became so much.
I was through with that motherfucker when I graduated before them, and I was in middle school when that show started.
Thank you. So yeah, I was over it. I'm like, okay, this is just dumb. Or like the Wayans brothers. I never saw whatever the last episode was, whether they actually
had the last episode.
No, they just canceled them.
Right. Yeah, so, I mean, and we know some shows never get that final episode, but to that point, when it went off the air, I didn't know it had gone off the air because I'd already stopped. I'd already moved on. So there were a lot of shows that were like that. There was like the storylines just weren't hitting anymore. You're growing up. So now the things that made you giggle before. So it did get to that point where Urkel was just not fucking funny to me anymore. It was like, this is
corny. It was corny.
Right. This is corny as shit. Nah, let me go turn on BET or something because this ain't.
And I kind of got off the show like when they started trying to bring Stefan Urkel back all the time.
Yeah, and then
I was like, it's over.
So then the thing with Steve wearing the dress to be Myrtle, right? That people were very upset about that and being like, no, you should not wear that. You should not be doing this, right? Because it's the whole black man in a dress, and yet and still it happened. Like he was Myrtle several times.
Mm-hmm.
So. But
they had Grandmama on the show, Larry Johnson.
Yeah, he played basketball with them, right? When they
had the basketball tournament.
So yeah, Steve was. I mean, it was like I said, the dark side of it. Again, and then Darius McCrary makes a comment that about child stars and about people being touched. So he doesn't necessarily say that he has been touched. But he made a comment about how he's been in places and where his back is being rubbed by somebody, and you got to be like, He's like, he's like, with child actors, it's a lot of shit. Like there isn't that protection that is there, or whatever. So, it was interesting to just kind of like hear more information about Family Matters, or apparently this Jaleel White was mean as fuck to Jamie Foxworth. And was yelled at her, why can't you just act and all this other stuff? So,
well, now I do have a thing. What if she just couldn't act? Have we thought about this with Jamie Foxworth? What if she had been messing up 15 takes and he a high school kid and he trying, and then we didn't have a cell phone. I'm trying to get home to call this girl. And we still here at 7:00. I gotta go to bed at 10:00. I can't get on the phone. Jamie up here messing these lines up.
Well, so to that point though, so let me say this: at the time that she was on the show, he wouldn't have been in high school. Like he would still been a little bit younger. So because I know Marcus Houston said this, and I know that Jaleel White has said it as well. That because of Urkel, like it was hard to get girls. Because that's what they saw you as. Once he became Stefan, that's when women were like, okay, well, wait a minute then. And then Marcus Houston said the same thing with him being Roger. Like he's like, I'm being Roger on Sister, but then I'm on stage as Batman as immature, and like people are having issues trying to, distinguish the two. Like you can't do both. So, but to that point, the idea of him needed to, like, it's possible that maybe she couldn't act, or He was being an asshole to her. I don't know, but like
it could be both.
It could be both. It very well could have been.
And her mama do look like a hustler mama too. We talked about that in the text. I know you was like, I was like, nah, that mama looked like she was like, look here, what we gonna do is now.
Right, because they were talking about like as far as money was concerned. So they definitely were not. They weren't making Full House money, and they never were going to. Yes. And which is crazy.
Now the question is, I have for you in my notes. Do you think Jalil did though?
So. Very good question. I'm glad you asked that. So because they talked about everybody's salary and everybody like how they were getting so low, but I guess Jamie why I keep saying Wexworth? I'm gonna call her Judy Winslow. Okay. Her name is Judy Winslow. She was getting less than everybody else, right? But she had this much of a part on the show. Right. So
she didn't even. It'd be episodes. She'll be in the episode, but she wouldn't even have a speaking role.
Yeah, exactly. So. Wait, I think, and what's funny is I think to that point, if even in the beginning episodes before Urkel really became in, if they weren't giving her lines before, like maybe she just was never meant to have those types of, maybe they didn't really need to. They meant to have 2 kids and not 3, right? I mean, hell, first episode of Cosby Show is 4 kids, not 5.
Yeah.
Grandma was getting more action. Grandma wound up getting married, dude.
Right? Yeah. One of the episode where they thought she was pregnant, the grandma was pregnant. I'm playing.
Like totally ridiculous. But I'm happy.
Jalil got those Full House checks, though, Stacey. Do you think Jalil got some Full House checks?
Friends, young ones, back in the day.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, though.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to, everybody coming to watch, though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey, man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
If you were on one network, if you had a show on one network, you belonged to that network. They would put your ass in every other show in that lineup on that network and do some type of crossover. So even though Urkel was in Chicago and, on Family Matters, he brought his ass to San Francisco for Full House.
Cousin out there.
Step by Step. What was Step by Step at?
That was in Oregon.
Dang.
Wasn't they like in Oregon or Seattle? Somewhere else.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh. Now I gotta look that up because now and also understand this is Step by Step, that theme song goes.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Like that out. Like that theme song goes. Where the hell? Like that
Cody lived in that van, didn't he?
Port Washington, Wisconsin.
They was in Wisconsin. I don't know. I know it's like somewhere odd.
Well, he can get there though. He can get there. Chicago, Wisconsin ain't that far, so he can
get there. But it were like you went everywhere. Like you were like he was. It was another episode. It was something else they said.
Crossover to Boy Meets World.
He did he? Yeah, he did.
Did he? That was on ABC. or Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
I think he crossed over.
There's another one, and it's gonna lead. It's where else did you go? Full House, Step by Step. Oh, there is another one that he was on, and it's gonna drive me crazy.
That just made me think like. Well, I know y'all remember the show The Out All Night, with Patty LaBelle. Mm-hmm. It was an episode where Hillary Banks plays herself. I shared it in the group probably about a month ago. She plays herself and Dwayne Martin trying to get at her.
Because that's on NBC. That was all on NBC. Like Stacey just said, they're going to pick you out.
I think that show would have worked if it would have came on right after Fresh Prince on Mondays.
I agree.
Of Saturday
night. Out All Night just was in a bad. They
came on Saturday nights.
They fucked it up, and it was because on Saturday. I think what used to come on TV on Saturday nights?
227
Def Comedy Jam.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I was just thinking on network TV. But like, yeah, so anyway, those crossover episodes are just like, all right, I'm gonna take y'all down a rabbit hole. NBC, right? We'll start with a TV show. I'll start with Mad About You, right? Mad About You, it's a guy and they're in New York. It's Paul and Jamie. Paul still had his old apartment that he had when he was single. The guy that he rents it out to is Kramer from Seinfeld. Kramer is the one who has Paul's old apartment. Also on Mad About You, there is a waitress named Ursula. Ursula's twin sister is Phoebe from Friends.
Oh,
really?
Yep.
So this is how you create these multiverses.
This is how you create those multiverses are in there. And then, so Phoebe from Friends, there's another connection, and it's going to drive me crazy.
Wasn't Empty Nest and Golden Girls connected?
Empty Nest, Golden Girls, and Nurses. So Golden Girls happens first. Harry is her neighbor down the street, and then he gets his spinoff show, Empty Nest. In Harry's practice, his nurse is Laverne, who gets her own spinoff show, Nurses. Nurses lasted about one season.
Yeah.
I mean, and then but Family Matters is a spinoff of Perfect Strangers.
Yeah, Family Matters is a spinoff of Perfect Strangers. Yeah. Harriet was the elevator operator on Perfect Strangers. But if you ask me, before she was there, she was on a little show called Silver Spoons as a Maid.
And of course, you went through all the seasons to remember that.
Yeah. So she was on a little show called Silver Spoons as a Maid, and eventually moved on to. So I'm giving you a lot of TV tidbits in regards to connections between shows. I mentioned Homicide: Life on the Streets and Law and Order, which will also take you over to Law and Order SVU. You get a full 3 different series all in one. So.
I always wanted like a Martin and Living Single crossover episode since they came on, back to back.
Yeah, like
when Gina broke up with him and moved to New York, she could have hooked up with, got cool with one of the girls or something.
So, all right, so there's a big rabbit hole. I do want to take us. If we talking about crossovers, the TV show Saint Elsewhere is supposed to be in everyone's universe. It's the beginning of all TV universes from 79 on down, because of crossovers.
Okay.
So direct connections. These are all the different shows that crossed over with Saint Elsewhere, the soap opera. Bob Newhart Show, MASH, White Shadow, Cheers, Degrassi, Tangingers, Homicide: Life on the Street, Chicago Hope, Oz, Providence, Boston Public, Method and Red. And like, it's different people that moved other places. It's called the theory is called the Tommy Westphal universe. So at the end of Saint Elsewhere, at the end of the soap opera series as a whole, he's holding this globe in his hand, and it's basically saying that all this stuff happened inside this shaped globe, and it's like he's supposed to be an autistic kid, and everything that was going on that show is basically in this globe that he was imagining. So they're saying all these other shows are inside this dude Tommy Westphal's mind, because they all were crossing over with Saint Elsewhere.
Damn.
It goes deep with it.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm all into it. What else has happened in the world?
Yeah, we got last one. We got to take it back home. Nelly, Ashanti, are they? Is this official?
Get your Burberry shirts ready.
So Us Weekly, according to Us Weekly, on December 4th, it says Ashanti is pregnant with her first child after rekindling her romance with Nelly earlier this year. Us Weekly can confirm. But it also says Nelly and Ashanti are welcoming their first baby together. A source exclusively tells of Us. The baby will be Ashanti's only child, while Nelly, 49, shares daughter Chanel, 29, and son Cornell Hayes III, 24, with his ex Shanetta Valentine. Ashanti, 43, first sparked pregnancy speculation over the weekend when she attended Nelly's Black and White Ball in St. Louis with her partner. During the event, the singer put her hand on her stomach while on stage with Nelly, and he did the same. So that's the clip that everybody saw, and that's what started the rumor mill. So she put her hand on her stomach. He put his hand on her stomach. or whatever. And then somebody else was on a mic and said something like seal the deal. I don't remember who it was.
Seal the deal.
And then so everybody started laughing. So it's just that hint that they are possibly expecting a family. If they are, congratulations, Ashanti. Hey, look, at 43, you getting pregnant. I get it. I'm 42. I'm trying to make something happen in the next year or so. I get it. Also, I appreciate Cornell for spinning the block, but I was hoping that he was coming back with a ring first. But, when you have unprotected and ill-advised sex, it can lead to KID. KID can happen to anyone at any time. Naked dick sex has been causing this problem for generations and generations. So,
and I think for them, it's not as big of a deal because they both got money. It's like most times you worried about it, and if you with that person, you're like,
so here's the thing though, right? Money, whatever the hell. Money does not solve the bullshit of having a baby daddy and a baby mama. Like we've seen it happen plenty of times with these couples who have lots and tons of money, and it's still some shit going on. So it's let me state this before somebody says something in the comments. No, every woman does not want to be married. Okay, I understand that. Marriage is not the end goal for every couple. I get that. At 43, I already gave you 10 years. I'm going to give you another 20 years of being your girlfriend. When you die, I don't get shit. You got me fucked up. I need a ring. Before this baby comes out, my last name needs to be Haynes. That's all I'm saying. That's it. And that's on me. But that's why me and Cornell are not together. So again, like it's what I mean. Their relationship is their relationship, right? We are absolutely on the fucking outside looking in, and we can even say, and then people say that she wasted 10 years before, right? She may not feel that way, right? Like, again, we have no idea what happened in that relationship. We don't know. We have no idea if he proposed before and she told him no.
Yeah. We just assume in general that
we can assume things, but we have no clue what happened in that relationship, right? We don't know how many times, we don't know if they actually were engaged and we just didn't know about it. Right? Like we
might be engaged now. We don't know about it.
They might be engaged now. We don't know. They can be married right now. We don't fucking know. So all we know is that they were together before, they weren't together, and now they're back together, and we think she's pregnant. That's what we know. Those are literally the facts that we have about all of this. Like I said, for her, and it's the other part again with her being 43. When you are older and you are trying to have a kid, like, I mean, yes, Janet just had a kid at 57. Everybody's trying to do that shit. Okay. Like, yes, it's possible. No one is really trying to wait that long to have a child, right? Like, aside from the toll that it will take on your body, nigga, I'm sleepy now. And it's just me. I'm tired right now. Like, to have to chase around a toddler at 50 something.
It's what did Bill Cosby say on the Cosby Show? They're gonna be leaving our home, and they're gonna be putting us in a home at the same time.
Like by the time that child leaves home, we're gonna be ready to go into a home. And even now, I think about that. Right, if I have a kid now, like in the next year or two, right, 20 years from now, when that kid is like fully out my house, I'll be in my early 60s. Okay, cool. I'm good with that. I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to be 50 with a brand new baby.
Because when they leave your home at 20, you 70.
I'm 70.
That's a big difference.
I'm 70. And then you also think about, I mean, true enough, with having a kid, it doesn't matter if you have them young or old. You can leave at any time, right? Mm-hmm. But it's also, I want to be around for my kid as long as I possibly can, right? Like, I don't want to leave them when they're 20. Right? Like, you don't want to leave them at all, but I feel like me passing away with my child being 20 versus me passing away when my child is 40 or 50 is completely different. Right? So, but like I said, so Ashanti, like, there are some days where I'm like, I know I want a ring first and then a baby. But it's some days where I'm like, okay, maybe we just go ahead and have this baby first, though, because
that's when that jagged edge coming. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well.
You know, younger nigga, like so, like, look, okay, look, baby, I know you want to marry me. Maybe we should just go ahead and have a kid now, though, because I'm these knees ain't getting better, and I get getting sleepy around 8 o'clock. So let's
and I'm starting to get hot flashes. So I don't know how long this is gonna be.
Yeah, like right. So it's like, all right, so you're trying to get it together. But if I'll say this, if she's happy, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like if you like it, I love it, right? If you like it, I like it. Like,
you know who Nelly is happy? I ain't seen Nelly that's happy. And we talked about him in the segment on the Grammys.
Oh,
I think that's
all of them cheese, all the teeth. Or
and I think it's a fall over him being happy in general. You know what I mean? Like
they called him a veneer expert.
I mean, all of he has been every picture that I've seen him recently, all of those teeth are showing.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. So again, if y'all are happy in what you have, who the fuck are we to say anything, right? Again, like about a marriage, about whatever, right? About spinning the block. It's the look on their faces, right? Like, and sometimes it is about the look on someone's face when you see them next to somebody, right? How their face lights up, right? When they're talking about that person, whatever, right? And if he makes her smile, like if she makes him smile like that and she's happy, hey,
we didn't say anything. Who's more mad though? From this is one of my last questions here for the show. Who's more mad, Irv Gotti or Ali?
Irv.
Yeah,
Irv.
Ali was just mad when the rest of the ticks pulled up to perform. Like, you scoundrels.
Well, he said dancing with the devil.
Yeah.
Look,
so how long is it before Irv Gotti comes out with an interview talking about it was some bullshit what she did getting pregnant by this St. Louis nigga? Like, how long do we have before he comes out with an interview on Drink Champs or something with that?
Right now, Irv has been laying at his house crying, listening to I Wish by Carl Thomas for the past couple of weeks. He needs a minute. He's upset. Think about it. Carl Thomas was real pissed off that woman wouldn't leave her husband. And that is like he was
what about me?
What about me? Irv, and like I said, as Ashanti said, Irv was like, she's like he was married, like we messed around for like that small time, but like
he was like, we only messed around.
She's kind of like, but what? Like, why are you mad at me? Like, why are you bringing this up now? Like, it's legit like that dude that you let touch you, feel your boob or something in the 6th grade, and he's still holding on to that.
Or you could take a little further. It's the lame dude you gave some pussy to. You didn't know he was lame until after you gave him some pussy.
You did not know that he was lame until after you gave him some pussy, and that's when you found out this nigga lame as fuck. And
he's still running around talking about he hit, but that was 20 years ago.
He's still telling everybody that you hit. It's like, nigga, like okay, nigga, like so, like okay, you got me in 2001.
Like two different lifetimes. Like I changed every 5 to 10 years.
Like you low key pulled me in 2001. We was
like I was still asking to drive my mom's car.
Nigga, like hello. Nigga, like we was fucking on an air mattress in your mama basement in 01. And you want to bring this shit up today? You need to be ashamed. You need to quit telling people that story. Actually, what you need to do.
It makes you look bad.
Right, it makes you look bad. Like, I mean, okay, like, yeah, like, okay, yes. When Stacey, when I was in 2001, I went home with this dude. Like, okay, like, a long time ago. I've lived a whole different life since then. But, yeah, Irv is pissed. Irv over there, like, somebody needs to console him. Like, he needs to.
Somebody need to console him.
Console him or something.
Like, Irv, it's going to be all right, Irv. I don't think so, man.
Irv finna make a diss, the hardest diss track. Yeah, I can't stand this bitch. I put her on. And this how she do me.
Go back to the same dude.
You don't go back to the
like we just messing around.
You gonna go back to the same nigga. Like, yeah.
So you really love this nigga, huh?
So you must really love him. That's exactly the conversation. You must really love this nigga. I heard you was pregnant and shit. How your mama doing? I seen a picture of you and your mama the other day.
Oh, he got you. He got you, huh?
No, he's like, how the pregnancy going? I just want to make sure the baby is healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing about all this.
No, yeah, it's holiday time. The text message is coming.
He gonna send some diapers.
Yeah, it's gonna be a diaper. Like them future text messages. That's what's about to happen to Ashanti. That's coming. The holidays is coming. And you're gonna be like, tell your mama.
I sent some diapers because we don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet.
Right. I was watching the game. I was watching the game the other day, and I was watching. I know how much your dad used to love football on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? So I know he was probably watching too. You know what I'm saying? Your mama used to make them wings. Say your mama, like I miss her cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, do women do that same thing? That they said the equivalent of that, like that.
It's hey big head. It's the hey.
My official response is yes, we do. How Stacey does it is I'll send you a reel or a meme or something that I know you'll laugh at, or like an inside joke between the two of us. That's my end.
Okay. Okay. You know what I'm talking about, man. I know your mom liked the Philharmonic and everything. And I saw a commercial for the St. Louis Symphony, and it made me think about you.
Like, nah, I'll do that. Do a reel or something, or like a meme. It's something that, again, like an inside joke between me and you. And I'd be like, yeah, just like sometimes you send it with a caption and be like, saw this and I thought of you, or you just send it with your own little laughing emoji, just so you could be like, I was laughing at this. Now you laugh at it, right? So it seems real innocent. Like, just in case his wife is reading this shit or something like that. But then. You just like that's how you get that shit in.
Now Stacey the type shit said it was like, tell your mama them chicken wings back on sale for $1 a pound. I know.
That is me. That is me. Hey. Like, I was just at Schnucks the other day, and they had Crash My Ham on sale, and I know your mama loved it. Holidays coming up till they go down there and get it. That is definitely me. Like I said, I'll slide in just random ways to able to get your attention. It all seems like it's legit, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not. But that was my old life. As a half married woman now. I do not do those things anymore. If my husband is watching this, I do not send DMs and reels to men at all.
Zero tolerance.
Not me, no sir. Not me. Y'all ain't finna get me set up and called up and cussed out. No sir.
All right. Well, thank y'all for listening as always. Stacey, where can people hit you up at?
You can reach me at Stacey Adams on all social networks, Stacey with the E, Adams with the Z, or you can find me at Stacey Reads the Bible. Like that, it really is a real thing. Like, so you can go there and watch me talk about new Bibles that I just bought, or just other stuff. But I really am talking about Jesus and the Bible. So if you're looking for other content, it's not there because I'm talking about Jesus and the Bible.
Since the thing, Stacey Reads the Bible.
Right. Hence the name Stacey Reads the Bible. So, like, I just don't want people to get there and be like, man, all she was talking about, she was already talking about Moses. Yeah.
She ain't giving no word. My grandma over here dying. I'm trying to get the word.
I do not. I'm currently not taking prayer requests. I am the world's worst prayer. So, like, I don't do that. I do not. I don't pray for
like, man, I'm trying to get some prayers, and she's talking about Jesus. Moses was 100 years old.
It's me talking about like, yeah, why was he 20-some years old when he died? That's crazy. Why was the Israelites straight tripping? Like that's
they be on Hall's Ferry in front of Quick Trip tripping every day.
Not those Israelites. I'm talking about
I thought they were some Q dogs at first. I'm like, why are you over at Quick Trip, man?
with the Wonder Woman bracelets on.
Yeah, man, they look like Power Rangers.
Hey, man, me and Javon had this sketch once we wrote, dog. Like it was a dude thinking he was going to go play as Q, but he went to the wrong room, and it was the Black Israelite room. But he thought he was going to like the Q informational, but he took he went left instead of right. He went to the wrong room.
Made the wrong turn.
Colors. They had the same colors on.
Right, that was the whole point. Like he's like, man, I got everything to be Q. I got my bracelet.
Bruh, that is. I'm dying. So, yeah. So if I refer to the Israelites on my page, I'm not talking about the Black Israelite, the people on the dudes that look like the angry Qs. I'm not talking about them.
The angry Q.
I was talking about, God's chosen people, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
All God's chosen people. That's the thing you don't.
The Hebrews. Man.
That's right. We all God's chosen people. So that's what I refer to.
No, we all Black people are God's chosen people. Just letting you know
my God, let me say this. I cannot wait to get this clip because
I said the news in House Ferry.
Hey. Man, hit me up everywhere in Cool Ass Sky.
This was the highlight of my evening. I promise it was. Like I've been really.
It might be coming.
Last 2
days for me after this.
Yeah, I might not clip this. I don't know.
They might come for me after this.
I will clip it. It's fine. Like I will.
It'll be on the ether
and download the video off of. I will download it off of YouTube. I have a 4K downloader thing. I will do that, and then I will clip it in Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't care. Like this will be my project for tomorrow.
Clip whatever.
Like that just tickled the shit out of me. Like I got tears in my eyes. I can't even focus. All
right, everybody. Thank y'all for listening. As always.
All right.